Hello, everyone, and welcome to your new moon in Scorpio report. I'm going to be looking at the astrology around this new moon, as well as give some guidance from the Akashic records on how you can work with this energy. And say hi as you jump on so I can welcome you into the space. New moons are always an energetic reset. They mark a new beginning, a fresh start, and not just in the sense of beginning new projects or putting new things out into the world, although that is a beautiful time to begin anything new. It's also this invitation to see things in a new way, to take on a new perspective, to see with fresh eyes. And since the moon governs our inner world, our emotions, it also sets the emotional tone for the month ahead. So when you jump on, say hi. I'm going to welcome everyone in the comments as well, because lately that seems to prompt my comments to show up. So also share with me below. If you're new to me, I'd love to welcome you into this space. And if you've been following for a while, thank you so much for all your support and all your love. So hello, everyone. Here we go. Awesome, and there's the comments, just like magic. I figured it out here on Facebook. When I don't see comments, type something in, they all come up. Hi, Katie, how are you, beautiful? Catherine, Natalie, Donna, great to have you all here. So, new moons. Let's just look a little bit at new moons before we go into the energy surrounding this one, which is quite powerful, quite intense, because we are working with the sign of Scorpio. So, new moons, a chance to set your intentions to begin again, also a time to go inward. And this inward reflection is so key for our healing journey, for our manifestation, and just really being aware of the energy we are putting out into the world. New moons are a time where the sun and moon are conjunct. It's dark in the sky. We are called to go inward and really listen to our intuition. And where this new moon is happening in the sign of Scorpio, intuition is going to be at an all-time high. So you really need to go inward and see, where am I being guided at this time? And it's also that opportunity to replenish our energy. The moon teaches us that we are meant to work in cycles. We're not always meant to be in a space where we're very in action mode and we're putting things out into the world and we're really busy. We all know if we continue in that state, we end up burning out. So the new moon is that chance where we go inward and we take time in more reflective introspection, taking time to be in that quiet energy where we hear the wisdom in our soul, where we can listen to where our heart is leading us, and where we often hear guidance from our angels, our guides, our spirit team. And it's really like what I'm hearing in the Akashic records around this as well is we want to see this time as not any less productive than when we are in action mode. Because this time of inward reflection and slowing down and tuning in is where we get so many creative insights and where we can ensure that we are aligned with our values and what we want to put out into the world. So let me know if that is resonating. Feel free. Oh, my dad jumped on. Hi, Dad. And Jennifer's here. Hello. Feel free to share with me your new moon intentions as well. I always love to just hold energetic space for you. And when we put our intentions out into the world, it really gives them power, especially when we do that in a really supportive space. It's like we're claiming them on a whole new level. We're taking them from just being in our thoughts and ideas and imagination, and we're saying, like, I'm really going to own this. I'm really going to step into this. So definitely share with me if you feel guided to do so. So, Scorpio energy, let's take a look at Scorpio. It rules over the 8th house in astrology, and I feel there's a lot of misunderstanding around the Scorpio energy because it does rule over the darker aspects of our life, basically. Like, it is death, rebirth, and transformation. It rules over the occult, it rules over secrets, it rules over things that we don't necessarily always discuss on the surface, right? It's like it wants us to go deeper. It pulls us into the depth, and it's all about transformation. And the goddess energy that really relates to Scorpio in this new moon is goddess Kali. So that gives you an idea of some of the intensity and passion that we're feeling into. So goddess Kali is that goddess of transformation. And she helps us really rise above the ego, rise above the fear. But some times a part of that is actually being willing to look at the shadows and do the deeper work, do the healing work, do the integration so we can fully step into our power. And that's a journey we're going on with this new moon energy. We're really being called to have the courage to look at some of those old subconscious programs, those old subconscious patterns, and even some of the shadow side of Scorpio that may emerge as well, like jealousy, the need to control, manipulation, to really look at where those things are coming from, which is essentially a place of fear, explore that, and then have the power to rise above it and shift into the energy of love. Because the Scorpio energy is also related to the Phoenix. So we're never meant to stay stuck in the darkness. We're never meant to stay stuck in our challenges. We're meant to learn from them, learn the lessons, heal, but we're always able to rise up again. And this new moon really is giving us that power to rise up. Now, Scorpio is also a fixed sign. It's a fixed water sign. I want to say as well, because sometimes we hear like new moon in our sign and we always get really excited when the new moon or the full moon falls in our sign. And it is exciting because we're likely to relate to a lot of the characteristics if that is our sun sign or a moon sign. But this relates to all of us. So regardless of whether you are a Scorpio or not, you're experiencing this new moon, and this new moon is interacting with your birth chart, your unique birth chart in some way. So it is influencing you, and we can all learn from studying the archetypes of astrology. Like the zodiac signs are these different energy archetypes that we all relate to on a very deep level, and each of these energy archetypes have something to teach us about our life journey and what we're here to evolve into. And then when you know your unique birth chart, you know the energy archetypes that are primary for you this lifetime and the lessons you're really learning. Thank you so much for all the hearts and all the love. Natalie saying, yes, Kali, love working with the Scottish. She's so powerful for sure. Katie, I have all my Aries planets in the 8th house. Powerful. So you'll relate to this for sure. So Scorpio as a fixed sign, right? It's a fixed energy, gives us this persistence and this dedication as well. And I think it's so important as we wrap up 2019, we're wrapping up a decade. So powerful. I can't wait to share the astrology for 2020 because it's incredible. And we're already kind of feeling into these shifts as a lot of the outer planets go direct as well. But let's just stick with Scorpio for now, this new moon energy. So it is a fixed sign, which gives us dedication, which gives us persistence, and tells us not to, don't give up on your intentions and your dreams as we approach the end of the year. It gives us this willpower to keep on going, to move forward. And of course, we know we want to go deeper than willpower, and Scorpio is always pulling us inward. It's more than willpower. It's connecting to who I am on a soul level, what my creative gifts are, and what I know I have to offer the world. And that's what ultimately gives us the inspiration and the persistence to really move forward in creating the life we desire. Now, the shadow side of this that's worth exploring too is the controlling nature. That need to control every aspect of our life, or sometimes even control other people, control people in our relationships in order to feel safe. But we really want to explore that, right? Because that's coming from a space of fear, that need to control. And that can be the shadow side of the fixed energy of Scorpio. So we want to look at how that's showing up in our life as well, and how that need to control every aspect may actually hold us back from emotionally feeling free. And a primary aspect that's in place at this new moon is an opposition with Uranus and Taurus. And Uranus is this energy that's basically inviting us to set ourselves free, to release any self-imposed limitations and know there's freedom on the other side. And it's the same when we let go of this need to control people around us, to control every aspect of our environment, of our life. We emotionally set ourselves free when we're able to surrender. So we want to look at that around this new moon as well. How can I sink more deeply into trust and surrender and use this fixed energy in its highest expression, which is that motivation to keep going, that persistence to move forward, but not stubbornly staying stuck in patterns that aren't serving us, or not staying stuck in that control energy. So let me know if this is resonating with you. Catherine, I have Pluto in Scorpio, so relate to everything you're saying. Powerful. Me too, Catherine. Definitely relate to this. And it's in my 7th house, so yeah. All right, so I also want to share as well, if you'd like a personal reading, I have opened up spots for readings for both astrology and the Akashic Records. So if you want to know how these energies are personally affecting your chart and some of the themes that are going to be in play for you as we prepare to wrap up 2019, send me a message. Okay, so some of the other aspects that are in play around this new moon, the big one is definitely that opposition with Uranus and Taurus, where we're looking at setting ourselves emotionally free, releasing patterns and habits that no longer serve us. So what I also want to look at, because really that's like the main aspect the moon is making, but the ruler of Scorpio, Scorpio actually has 2 rulers. It has Mars and Pluto. And they're both making some interesting aspects and shifts in the cosmos at this time. So Mars is forming a square over to Saturn, and that is active at the time of this new moon. And once again, we're seeing this energy of persistence and dedication to what really matters to us. Mars gives us that drive and motivation to pursue what we care about, what we desire. And Saturn teaches us patience. It teaches us to have patience, and that sometimes things don't happen overnight. Not that they can't. I'm all for like quantum leaps in our manifesting, infinite possibilities, being able to tap into whatever energy we desire. We have that ability as well. But what Saturn also teaches us is to build a solid foundation, because we ultimately want lasting success. We don't want fleeting success. We want to create something that's able to last over time. And this aspect of Mars squaring over to Saturn gives us the ability to really look at the practical side. So looking at our dreams, looking at our intentions for what we want to experience in life, and then asking ourselves the foundation that we need to build for ourselves in order to get there. We need that solid foundation, right? Let me know if this is resonating for you, and say hi if you're just jumping in now. Feel free to share with me as well your new moon intentions. What are you creating in this new moon energy? So the other ruler of Scorpio is Pluto. And when I think of Scorpio, I really associate it with the Pluto energy, because it is that energy of transformation, soul level transformation. And in order to really create transformation on a deep soul level, we have to be willing to go deeper than the surface, to do the inner work, to do the shadow work, to look at the subconscious. So more than anything around this new moon, that's what I'm really feeling, that introspection, that ability to dive deep. And Scorpio is very much related to our instinctual nature. So intuition is strong, psychic gifts are going to be activated. But with Scorpio, it's like a very primal energy as well. Like, it's related to our root chakra. It's those like instincts that we all have. And maybe at times we feel like we're led away from them and we're not even sure where our intuition is guiding us anymore. If that feels like you, or you're like a little bit confused about where your intuition is actually guiding you and you're not sure what those instincts are, this is a time to go back and really learn to listen to the wisdom of your body, to take time in silence so you can hear where your soul is leading you, where your heart is leading you, what is ultimately right for you. Because you know more than anyone else what is in your highest and best good. You know how to get from wherever you are in your life today to where you desire to be. And the universe wants to help you. It wants to co-create with you. And one of the ways it does this is through sending you intuitive impulses, sending you signs on what the next action is. So to hear that, we firstly have to believe that we are being divinely guided always, that we do have intuition that is speaking to us, and then we have to be willing to go within and take the time to hear it and really listen to it. And then the other aspect of that is to have the courage to say yes to where it is guiding us. Yes, even when it feels scary, even when it doesn't make sense on paper. Because another thing with this new moon is we have, even though Mercury and Venus, they're both in Scorpio right now as well, they're not directly like interacting with this moon energy, but still worth looking at, especially since Mercury is preparing to retrograde as well. So with Mercury in the sign of Scorpio, it's furthering this theme that we have so much information available to us, so much guidance available to us as we listen to our intuition, but it's a different way of collecting information. And it really is very internally focused, and it really is based on having trust and believing that the universe is sending us guidance and that it's supporting us. That's so crucial, to just feel into how loved and supported you are and that you are never in this alone. That changes everything, just holding on to that belief. Love reading all these intentions here. Beautiful. Nancy, welcome. Great to have you here. So I've got my charts pulled up on the side as well. Not even charts, just one chart, my new moon chart. I wish I could share my screen with a Facebook Live and really share this. I want to see what other energies are really standing out for me right now. Okay, so let's see here. Yes, Venus and Mercury in Scorpio. So we talked about Mercury there. I do want to touch on Venus in the sign of Scorpio as well. So Venus is the goddess of love, of beauty, of prosperity. And in Scorpio, she's called to go deeper. You probably see a theme with the Scorpio energy. It's all about depth of connection, going beyond the surface, right? So we're really feeling that in our relationships right now. And you may already, where we are in Scorpio season, feel that shift. Where we, when we are in Libra season, we go from Libra to Scorpio season. It's a very different energy. Libra season is very much about connecting, forming relationships with all the people around us, more surface level conversations. And then Scorpio says, let's be a little bit more selective about who is in our circle, who we spend time with, and then wanting to build a deeper bond with those people. So it's a really beautiful time for the friendships in your life, for your romantic partner to get closer and to get to know yourself on a deeper level. Now, the other aspect of Venus is also, it's related to our finances. And Scorpio is one of the money signs in the zodiac as well. And with this new moon opposing Uranus and Taurus, Taurus is also a money sign, there's this theme of financial abundance as well, where you can really dig deep and look at where there may be any blocks or even energetic resistance to allowing financial abundance to flow into your life. You can really have more insight into how you can release that, how you can let that go, and how you can be magnetic to the abundance around you. Again, Scorpio is that money sign, and it reminds us that at our core, we really are abundant and we're able to attract that into our life. Not only able to attract it, but it's actually who we are, since we are one with the universe. And it's so clear to look around and just go for like a nature walk and see that the universe is abundant and we are part of that. So you may see those money themes emerging as well, and then that depth of connection in your relationships, which is just so beautiful. All right, so let me know what's resonating with you so far. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to feel into if there's anything else around this chart that I want to share. Okay. I think we touched on a lot of it. Definitely that theme of transformation. Scorpio is also that water sign. So I do feel like I want to share a little bit more around this. So all of the water signs in the zodiac they're all about emotion, basically at their core. That is what they have in common, is they lead through emotion. And sometimes our like initial response is to want to push down our emotions, right? But with this new moon, we're actually asked to feel into the power of our emotion. Now, this is different than allowing emotions to rule our life, especially those surface emotions, right? Like it could be, this example's coming, it's just like a silly example, but say you're wanting to get into more of like a workout or exercise routine. So you may have a surface emotion that when your alarm goes off in the morning, you don't feel like getting up. Right? That's probably happened before. I know that can happen to me sometimes when my alarm goes off in the morning. I'm like, I don't feel like getting up for the gym. But that's kind of a surface level emotion. When we dig a little bit deeper, it's ultimately like, how do I desire to feel? I desire to feel healthy. I desire to feel energized. I desire to be in good shape. So ultimately, those core desires are in alignment with me getting up and going to the gym. So just a basic example, but that plays out in all areas of our life where we want to pay attention to the power of our emotion, but also go deeper than just those surface level feelings and really ask at the core, how do I desire to feel? How do I desire to show up? And that's what we want to pay attention to. And when we use our emotions as guidance, like a guidance system in terms of, you know, because our emotions and how we're feeling give us a glimpse into what we're thinking. Like if we're feeling good and we're in like this high vibe energy, we probably have thoughts, not even probably, we have thoughts and we have beliefs that support that. Or if we're feeling kind of down and anxious, the same thing. We have like a mindset going on or like a habit of energy that's keeping us in that lower vibe place. So when we see emotions that way, we can really use them as guidance. And this water energy is definitely activated around this new moon, because it's not going to be exact at the new moon, but throughout Scorpio season, we are going to see this beautiful grand trine happening between the sun and the North Node and Neptune, all in water signs. So for some of us, it may feel right at home to like dive into our emotions. For other people, it may feel uncomfortable to go there, but the cosmic energy right now is really inviting us to have the courage to look at our emotions and deeper than just the surface level emotions, and really asking, how do I want to feel? How do I want to show up? What actions do I need to take that are going to be in alignment with that? All right. Love all these hearts. Thank you so much. Also, if you know anybody that would benefit and enjoy this video who is an astrology lover, wants to learn more about the new moon, feel free to share this out. If you would like to book a private reading where we can look at your unique divine blueprint and how these cosmic transits are personally affecting your chart, how you are being called to show up, your unique manifesting powers, your unique intuitive gifts, send me a message. I would love to set that up with you. And I also have Akashic record readings open as well, where we open your records together and I do deep healings and clearings in that space. It's so powerful. It's also an opportunity in the records to ask any questions that you want deeper guidance on, and I'll channel guidance coming through that can really support you in aligning with your soul path, your life purpose, and the experiences you desire to have while you're here in this physical body. So thank you so much for the hearts, for the likes. Happy new moon. Enjoy these powerful energies. Set your intentions. Prepare for some transformations and some changes really coming into your life. Even some beautiful, unexpected surprises, since we have Uranus involved. Stay open to good surprises. Affirm good surprises can come into your life. Sending so much love and light your way, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.